What's up, family? It's your girl Samantha Lee, and y'all, I'm here to talk about the three brutal truths that people do not want to talk about when we talk about this dating game. Okay, I've noticed it, I'm seeing it, and y'all, each and every single point, I'm gonna try not to belabor, but it's got to be talked about. It's got to be said. Number three, I would argue, is the most important point that I have today. So stay tuned all the way to the end because that's the point that we all need to hear. Okay. But before I get into it, here's some things I want to put on your radar. Number one, if you have not yet already, subscribe. Okay. Become a part of our family. Let me fix my hair over here. Become a part of our family. Okay. We get together once a week live, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I put out content almost daily. I put out a long form every Monday. And again, I would love for you guys, if you like the content that I put out, if it resonates with you guys, please join our channel, subscribe. Please like the video as well. That helps us so much. Tremendously. You don't understand with the algorithm and stuff like that. Just a simple like takes us so far. So if you can do that, that'd be great. Another thing that I want to put on your radar is that I have a book. It's called Finding Your Perfect Match, Avoiding the Wrong Women. This book tells you what to look for and what to look out for. Okay. So it's a free gift from me to you. In getting this book, you will also be a part of my email list where you'll be updated on all things Love Samantha Lee. Last but not least, I think I mentioned it before. I'm going live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're talking about all different types of topics, all different kinds of topics. All different kinds of stuff. And so I don't want you guys to miss it. Like last week, we were talking about witchcraft. This week, we're talking about attachment styles. We talk about all different kinds of stuff. And again, my goal is to bridge the gap that I feel like I'm seeing in the world today. And again, this video is going to address what I feel about that. But I'm trying to bridge the gap. I'm trying to be a bridger of the gap. Okay. So that is my spiel. So let's get into it. Number one, what is a brutal truth that people want to ignore? First thing is that people are not being realistic. That's number one. I think this is something that we talk about a lot with women. We talk a lot about this with women, especially with the Kevin Samuels age. It was more exposed or put on Front Street that women weren't being realistic, right? We were saying that we want this, this, and this, and this, but we weren't this, this, and this, and this. Okay. I don't think we talk enough about men not being realistic. Just like women are hypergamous, men are ambitious. Okay. I've learned this over time. Men want the best possible person that they could possibly get as well. Okay. I haven't met one man that hasn't said that they want the baddest, smart, moral, domestic, a good, nurturing, somebody like that checks off 9 out of 10 boxes, 8 out of 10 boxes. They're looking for the best possible candidate as well. Somebody that they know when they walk into a room, she is going to attract all the attention, but then at home in a relationship front, she has all these skills to be a good wife and a good mother, right? So that's a lot of qualities, right? Those are great qualities. What here's where before I'm getting mumble jumble. When you start looking for, the more attractive women are going to have more candidates, that regardless of whether they have all the personality traits and qualities and stuff like that, more attractive women are going to have more candidates. It's just what the nature of the beast. Just like guys that have more status and more money are going to have more candidates. It's just the nature of the beast. It is what it is. However, when it comes to character qualities and it comes to personalities, those people will be more likely, end up being in longer term relationships with the people that they meet in this dating world, right? And so I say all of that to say that sometimes we're not being realistic with ourselves with how we measure up. And it's not like I'm in competition, because you're not. You are you. That is your magic. But I think that a lot of times, because of social media, we think that people are way more accessible to us than they actually are. Because we can reach them on an Instagram, we can DM them. We think that they are a realistic option for us. And if you desire her and you feel like other men desire her that are a 1%er, that was a Kevin Samuel phrase, a one percenter or whatever, then you have to say, am I a one percenter? Do I measure up? Right? Because otherwise, then you're putting yourself in a position to be waiting on somebody or making yourself available to somebody that has better options. And you already know women are hypergamous. But the flip side is true for women, right? If you know that men are visual, we know that men are visual. That is just a fact. If you don't measure up to being the better looking of most women, 8, 9s, and 10s, you don't measure up. That's 8, and that's just what it is. 8, 9s, and 10s. I'm sorry. You don't measure up in that way. 8, 9s, and 10s is reserved for a certain category of men. I'm sorry, y'all. It is what it is. I'm just keeping it real. If you, as a woman, you don't feel like you measure up in that way, then you holding out for a man that is a one percenter and overlooking other options because you want something very, like, I want a millionaire. I want this. I want this singer. I want this entertainer. I want this. Those are superficial things. We want good people that are going to love us and have good character qualities. Y'all, I know somebody that's very dear to me that's in the hospital right now. Guess who's by her side? Her husband. Guess who took off of work to be there for her? Her husband. We're talking about qualities. Y'all talking about these superficial things. Forget all that. Again, when you have more things to offer, or you feel like you have, for men, when it comes to women, offering, part of that is what you look like. It just is what it is. We know it. I don't know why we get into this like headspace about it and we lie to ourselves about it. We already, I think when I talk to women, I think that when we have conversations, like, we like to big each other up. Of course we do. But it's like, we know where we stand. We know and our friends know. And you may have 1 or 2 friends that are going to keep it real with you. Like, you know what, sis, you are a good woman, this, that, and third. But if you holding out for this NFL player, or you holding out for this singer, that might not be the person for you. You might need to be where you are in Georgia and be open to men out here. You just we have to be realistic. Okay. Realistic is not settling. It's realistic. Now, some of us might have more options than others because of the social media world, whatever. And that's, again, we all, no matter what level you are, we all have our own challenges. Everybody got challenges. No matter what level you are, can't envy somebody else's position because you don't know what they have to go through in that position. You just got to know what position you play in and play the best hand of the cards you're dealt. Right? If you're somebody and you're a woman and, there's ways that you can better yourself. I mean, a lot of women, they don't like the position that they're in, but they're doing nothing to better certain aspects of themselves that will make them more attractive to men. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, I want a man that's in shape, because a lot of women say that. I want a man that's super in shape, but you're not in shape. You're not even close to being in shape. You have to become what you want to attract. Right? You don't like, and if you are attracted to men that are in shape, some of these men may not be genuine, or they may be looking for somewhere to stay. Like, then you start questioning other things. It's better when you really focus on bettering yourself and doing it for you. And then getting to a place where you can attract the type of people you want to attract, or be accepting the place where you are and loving the people where you're at. I think that, like, this is going to play into number 3, but I think the way that the world is, it makes it hard for us to be okay with where we are. They say comparison is the thief of joy. I think because we see what everybody's looks like and what they're driving, where they live in, and who their man is and what that man, like, now it's hard for us to settle with the cards that we've been dealt, when there's nothing wrong with the cards that we've been dealt. Because that person that you might be envying, they might not find a super genuine. It might be harder for them to find somebody super genuine. It might be harder for them to find somebody that's going to love them for eternity and beyond. It might be harder for them to find somebody that's going to take off from work to just be in the hospital with them. until they know that they can get home and get better. Let's be realistic, family. There's nothing wrong with being realistic. And I think like I have had to sit in the mirror and say, I'm divorced. I have a child. That's not for everybody. That's the reality. I'm okay with it. It's for who it's for. There are men that's gonna want me regardless. And there's gonna be men that don't. And I'm okay with either one. I used to not be, but now I'm good with it. So I think the realistic factor is a big thing that we just have to really, we just gotta realistic is not settling. Some of us are saying settling, but what you're talking about are very superficial things. That's what I got to get into. Number 2 is the fear of vulnerability. Because of the way that the world is with exposing culture and I don't want to be seen too pressed. I don't want to seem too this. Everybody want to be pursued. Nobody want to be the pursuer. Everybody want to feel desired. No one wants to be desirer, right? Or they want to put as minimal effort of showing their desire, right? Depending on who the person is that they're trying to impress or try to impress upon, right? So it's like we have a fear of vulnerability. We don't want to be seen in a certain way. We don't want to be looked at in a certain way. Like there's so many different caveats to how we try to protect ourselves and our ego, because no one wants to feel rejected. No one wants to feel that. And I think that because of that, we're playing such good defense. No one's playing offense, right? No one is shooting threes, right? You see it in basketball, they shooting threes from everywhere. But in the game of dating, people they're not shooting their shot. They're not shooting like they used to. Or women shooting. I don't think women should be. I'm not going to be shooting my shot. I might show you that I'm interested. I might tell you I'm attracted, but I'm not going to shoot my shot. That's just not how I was raised. That's not how I'm going to conduct myself as a lady. I feel like I play the game, follow the leader. Like, if you don't move, I ain't going to move. If you move, I move. If you text, I text. If you call, I call. Like I am a great follow the leader, but I'm not going to be the leader. I don't want to be the leader. And I think a lot of men are like, oh, I want to be the leader. I want to be the leader, but I don't want to lead here. I want you to lead. No, if you want to be the leader, lead here. Lead me. Pursue me. Tell me you want me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like is very attractive. When a man desires you, he pursues you. I'm not saying chase you, because that's a different thing. Like, you could say to a woman, I want you. No mistake here. I want you. There's no confusion. I want you. But I'm not gonna chase you. That's a strength position. I ain't gonna be blowing up your phone. I'm not gonna be hounding you for a date. Tell me when you available. Let's make it happen. I want to see you. I'm letting you know I want to see you. I'm putting my lob out there. Here it is, beloved. Now run with it and let me know where you go with it. Like, there's a attractiveness about that. But I feel like because we're so afraid of being vulnerable, because we're afraid of being rejected, because we're afraid of putting ourselves out there, men and women, because men are putting women out there, women are putting men out there. It's a crazy world out here. So you don't know who's going to do what. You don't know who to trust. And some people, they might be my age and they doing screenshots and exposing each other. Like, look, this is the world we live in. It's like, yo, we're not even apart. Social media came about while I was going from high school to college. Like, we should not be engaging in this. Like, this is something we should not be doing, but we doing it. So the fear of vulnerability, which again is understandable, but that is why we have the epidemic of loneliness. That is what that comes with. Everybody, that's why we are experiencing the loneliness that we're experiencing. So, and that's what brings me into number 3. Our culture is encouraging singleness. All right. We have a cult. I don't know if y'all notice with the music, with what's being promoted, the propaganda, it is a single movement. There's actually like shame associated with being in a relationship and settling down. And if a man's with a woman, oh, you this and you that, like, or if a woman gets with a man, what are you doing? I can't believe, like, you should be playing your options, play the field, which you like. It is a different world today, right? Our society, our culture, popular media is pushing the agenda of singleness, and they're winning. They are. People think they just, oh, I'm single because I want to be. No, you single because that's what everybody in the media is doing. You single because everybody's making it seem like it's the cool thing to do. It's the free thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Explore your options, sow your seed, be everywhere with everyone, and then finally decide to settle down one day when your hair starts to turn gray and you want to have some kids. And now you decide that, okay, well, now I'll be with this woman or that man or whatever the case may be. That's because that's the agenda that's being pushed. Why? Because they make more money that way. Oh, I said it. They make more money. They make more money by you doing that. Why? Because people are now buying into things to not feel lonely. When in other worlds, we didn't have to buy things to not feel lonely. Right? We would just get together. And no one made money off of that. Just like we have we have this silent epidemic of people that are dealing with infertility. Infertility was not a problem before. Now we have this issue where women are struggling with infertility. So now women have to pay money for something that they used to be able to do for free. I wonder why. Maybe it's something that's in the food. Maybe it's something different. I'm not going to get into all that. Here's my whole point. My whole point is that right now, what's cool is pushing out rhetoric that keeps us single, music that keeps us single, things that blogs are putting out, single, single, single. Oh, don't do this. Don't commit. Nuh-uh, no, stay single. We're doing all this. If you look at mental health rates, you could love people who are struggling with loneliness. You look at all these different things, like, different websites like OnlyFans and these AI girlfriends and all these, they profiting, they making money now. Dating sites, we've got matchmaking sites, we got all different kinds of stuff. Look at you, we YouTubers. We got content that will continue to try to separate us. People are making money from us choosing to be single, choosing to go about it a different way, whether it's in therapy, whether it's, in all the other ways I just mentioned. Our society is pushing a single agenda, and people think that, oh, it's like, oh, well, I'm doing my own thing, like that's what I'm doing. No, you're not. You're doing what everybody else is telling you. That's what music. Listen to music. You're doing what the music is telling you to do. I like Glorilla. I ain't gonna lie. I like Glorilla. I like her vibe and everything like that. She ain't telling you to be in no relationship. Meg Thee Stallion ain't telling you to be in no relationship. That's just not what's happening. And I don't. Male rappers are not telling you to be in relationships. They're just not. I don't know who the hot male rap artist is right now. All I know is like Drake and Kendrick and all those. They're not telling you to settle down and get in a relationship. They're not. That doesn't make money. That's old school R&B. Back then, that works. Nowadays, that's not what's working. What's working is single. It's a single agenda being pushed. And we're buying it. We're buying into it. That's what's happening. I know y'all gonna be like, Sam, you crazy. Okay. I'll read your comments. But that's what I believe. I believe all of this, all the things that we're seeing, all of this stuff is an agenda being pushed. Why? Because we're not stronger apart. We're stronger together. We're stronger united. It is what it is. You know, I know, you know, once I link up with my purpose partner, I'm going to be a stronger woman. I'm going to be a different kind of force. And the man that's connected to me is going to be a different type of force as well. Us connected we're going to be a superpower. We're going to be, I don't even know. We're going to have capes on everything. Okay. But again, that's my whole point. My whole point is that I think that there's an agenda being pushed and the world's buying into it. So I want to know what you think. Please comment below. Again, comment, like, share, subscribe. Again, we go live every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I would love to see you guys there. Okay. I love you guys and I will see you guys soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.